Hold up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Fox98 here, and welcome to a explanation video in a sense, basically. But firstly, my hair is a complete mess, and I literally just went swimming. Maybe I should have recorded this before I went swimming, but it doesn't really make a difference. But today, I need to explain the full situation regarding me and YouTube, because of course, I'll give you guys the backstory, everything like that, blah blah blah. I'll go through everything, and then basically, where am I going with this? Where do I move forward? So, last week I uploaded a video saying, I can't remember what it was. We need a serious talk. That was the video. And basically, in the video, it was me talking to you guys about all the stuff that was happening in Subchamp and how all of that was starting to screw up with other things that were going on in my life in terms of the point where I wanted to quit YouTube. Now, basically, the first thing that I want to say is this has clearly been taken out of context by a few people in quite an offensive way to me. It might not be for you, but I felt really offended by it. And before I go any further, I forgot to say as well, the likes and dislikes ratings will be disabled like they were last time. And just like last time, no monetization, because no way would I ever try and make revenue out of this video, because for me that's just disgusting, so that's not happening. Basically, the first thing that I wanted to say is the support overall in terms of people basically very upset that I would potentially leave was crazy. I didn't expect it, and again, that's another one of my mental thoughts that I always, unfortunately, just think of the bad things more than I do the positive. So I automatically thought loads of crap was going to go down, but it turns out it didn't. So yeah, that was overwhelming to see all of those huge, really long comments and essays of everything that I've done to help them, in which I feel like I haven't really done anything. I'm just making videos, but you know, I'm obviously doing something, right? But the first thing that I want to go about then is speculation, and this is one of the things that highly offended me when I made this video. So basically, I'll go through the entire situation of everything, then I'll go back to that because it'll make more sense. So, the reason that I uploaded the We Need to Have a Serious Talk video was specifically not because of Subchamp. Subchamp basically forced me to upload that video there and then. The We Need a Serious Talk video was gonna come out no matter what. It wasn't a case of, because of Subchamp, I've got to do this and I've got to quit YouTube. That's not what happened. That's not the entire situation at all. Again, which is why I'm going through everything in this video. So basically, there's been a lot of things that I've just not been happy about in life, and it's been quite clear to me that I've just not been motivated and I've not been happy doing YouTube anymore. That's just the case. It's not you guys doing anything wrong. It's not anyone else doing anything wrong. It's just me, and it's just me. There's nothing else I can explain further about that. And there's just been it's just been me just not being as motivated as I was before. But the biggest problem really for me, and I only mentioned it briefly because I don't really want to go into detail with it, is mental issues that I have. Like, just nothing, yeah, that's the stuff I have. So I don't want to go into them. It's just too personal, and I'm not going to go there. If you guys really are super duper intrigued and want to get even deeper, I'll probably end up saying it in the comments if I respond to the comments. But in terms of me explaining everything, I'm not going there. So yeah, basically just leave it at that. But mentally, I get depressed a lot, get angry quite a lot of the times, over the top. And when I mean over the top, past the line. That's just, I can't help it. It happens. People have mental issues, people don't. It's just how it is. It's life. And you've just got to try and work out a way to adapt to having specific issues. And that's basically part of my life challenge, and that's been part of what I've had to do right now. So for me, I've had a lot of things going wrong in terms of mentally, which is all coming towards this. And now it's up to me because it's my issues. I've gone away. I've left everything alone for a week. You would have had videos probably every single day apart from the Sunday of videos, and they're because they were pre-recorded. I haven't recorded anything last week, nothing, because I just decided to take that whole week away, just go out and do whatever I wanted in my life, and just sat down and basically worked out the best way forward for me in what I feel comfortable with. So yeah, the main reason really is due to the mental problems that I go with. So the first problem that I experience is, of course, F1 2016 is dead now. It's quite simple. Well, I wouldn't say it's fully dead. It's come to the end of its lifetime, and the audience responses drop quite considerably. Now, sitting here and discussing it with you guys, I know full well that the audience is dropping on my channel because F1 2016 is just coming to the end of its lifeline. People aren't as hyped for it anymore. You know, people are hyped for F1 2017, and when that comes out, you know, the audience comes back up again, and then it's basically a roller coaster ride. And this is the time period in the year, May, June, July, and August, I'd say the start of August, are the 3 to 4 months in which the game audience level drops to a very low, because the hype is not there for these games anymore, it's for the other ones. And then come August, September, the end of August, September, October, November, and December, and January, that's where you'll find the biggest audience growth for games because they've just come out. Now, I can sit here and I can say I know that's exactly what it is, but unfortunately, again, mentally, I don't think of it that way straight up. I look at my videos and I think, wow, my career mode videos have got like 2,000 views per video per day. So I was getting like 1,000 views a day. Now it's like 100, 200, 300. And instead of just sitting there and being like, yeah, it's because this is low, you know, people are doing exams at this time of the year as well. People are just doing other stuff. They don't have to watch YouTube. Unfortunately, that's what it is. But unfortunately for me, that's not what I think it is. And there's a complete difference between what it is and what I think it is. And you can't say to someone, oh, you think it's that, but it's actually that, because it's just something, you can't really explain it, but that's just automatically just popped into my head. Unfortunately, I have a lot of negativity that I automatically just seep out, and that's what I believe it is. But in which, as soon as I then sit down and just take some time away from everything and go somewhere where I always love going, and then just sitting there and reflecting, I then automatically then start to reflect on it's actually these problems, and then getting away all of the negative thoughts. And that's my biggest issue in terms of all the negative thoughts come in straight away, can't get rid of them. I go somewhere, I just sit there, I reflect, everything then starts getting pushed out, and I can start bringing in the actual real stuff. So unfortunately for me, I just felt like there was stuff wrong with me and what I was doing on my channel. And I felt the reason the audience was slipping was because I was doing stuff wrong. People didn't like what I was doing anymore. People felt like my stuff was boring. And for some people, yeah, that's the case. I mean, there's been days where subs have gone down. There's been days where subs have gone up. I mean, this week, I know subscription count is rising very slowly, but, you know, I don't really mind that, to be honest. It's starting to come up a little bit, which gives me that little piece of motivation. And what definitely really hit me hard is when there was days where I wouldn't gain a single sub, and then eventually it would just like drop. And I would sit there and I think, what am I doing wrong? And my biggest problem, it's not really happening to me anymore as such, but my biggest problem was back a while ago, basically when I went on holiday to Gibraltar, that time period there. When I was uploading videos, I was starting to lose subs. It was sort of like dropping a sub, drop another one, gain one, drop. And I'm like, what am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And then as soon as I went away to Gibraltar, I didn't upload whilst I was away. And I was gaining subs again. And I'm thinking, why am I gaining subs when I'm not uploading a video? But then as soon as I'm back with brand new content, it goes down again. And I don't know if you can kind of think where I am, but that just doesn't motivate me. It makes me think that people don't like it when I upload something new, but then when I don't upload anything, then people start liking the stuff that I watch. And then I think to myself, well, what's the point in doing YouTube then? Because it seems like you only gain subs when you don't upload. But luckily that seems to have gone. That little phase has gone away from there. And now it seems to be a case of uploading videos and then, you know, subs come in and some go if they just don't like my content anymore or get bored. You know, that happens. I've unsubbed from people in the past because I've got bored of their content. And I've subbed to new people because, you know, I enjoy their content, and that's kind of what it is. But unfortunately, it goes again back to the point of the actual realistic reasons behind it are there. I know they're there, but they don't come in straight away. And unfortunately, then that makes me go off and react in a very negative manner towards what the actual situation is, which is why that goes on. So that's the main reason why YouTube just hasn't been fun for me. I've just not had that overall motivation to push forward. And I know exactly why it is now, and I'm explaining to you exactly what I personally think it is. But I just don't seem to know that. I can't get that in my head every single day. I can't say it's this, I can't say it's that. That's my problem. And then of course it affects me. So that's the biggest reason why. And now I want to move over to SubChamp because that was second reason why I didn't like it. Now, before we get into it, all the air in SubChamp is cleared. You know, everything's calmed down, everything's settled down, everyone is back on the same page. But my biggest problem in terms of SubChamp is me getting all the hate for stuff that isn't me. It's not nothing to do with me, but I'm the one that has to deal with it. And with me not coping very well with constant nagging and constant, being pushed and shoved around trying to make the right decision, it either makes me upset or it makes me very, very angry. And unfortunately, it's just a part of my character. I do tend to snap kind of quicker than others do. It's a straight up, I tend to snap. And you saw it in that video. I did snap, and it was unfairly, yes, but when I get provoked so much, there's not much I can do but to just try and defend myself, basically. There's been points in school where, or back in secondary school, where I absolutely hated every single day of it, and so many people thought that I was vulnerable, that they wanted to provoke me so much. So now it's just, unfortunately, it's stuck in my mind that if people continue to provoke me, I've got to really defend myself quite heavily. It's too much defending, but I can't help it. I've got to just go all out and defend my entire status, really. That's kind of all it is. But the biggest problem with SubChamp for me, again, is the penalty decisions. And unfortunately, when someone comes to me, they say that this is my biggest problem. It's, hey Foxy, there's a penalty decision I want you to look at. Please, can you take a look at it? Now, straight away there, that's a simple solution. People get their option to explain what they think. So let's go for an example onto my penalty, in the USA. So I cut the final corner, I gave the place back to Chippy, and I slowed down as much as I could, and I got a 3-second time penalty for it, in which I straight away claimed was unfair. Now, I gave my point straight away to everybody else, and I said to everybody in the penalty decision, I said, please take a look at this incident. I explained what my view was. I said, look, I slowed down as much as I could. I turned in, gave the position back to Chippy, but still got penalised for it. I want to see if this is unfair or not. And I left it at that. And that's where I feel like people in SubChamp don't leave it. So Alex came along, Timur, Reese, Chippy, Williams, they all came in with their decisions, and it was a 4-on-1 majority, and it said, look, remove the penalty. In which, obviously, I removed the penalty, which gave me the theoretical race win then. Now, for me, that was fine. I was happy with that. But if the penalty decision, people said, no, you cut the corner, I would literally have just said, all right, fair enough. You've claimed that I've cut the corner. I personally felt like I didn't, but there you go. Penalty stands. The race win goes towards, I think it was Chippy who would have won that race otherwise. So the race would go towards him. And then that's the situation left at that. But the problem is, for everybody else, it just doesn't seem to be as difficult as that. So someone would say what their reason was and, show me the clip or send it to me. And then I'd take a look at the clip, I would review it, and then I would go, if it was really hard for me to look at, or I would send it to loads of other people in the penalty board, or everyone, be like, yeah, I don't want just my opinion, I want multiple people's opinions about it. Have a look at it, and then all of a sudden, boom, you've got your answer, and then the penalty goes there. Now, theoretically, that should be a case of, there you go, the penalty's there, done and dusted. But unfortunately, it just gets to that point where people then start to get hot-headed that they've got a penalty in a game, and then they start getting very angry, and then they pass all of the hate towards me, which is a very unfair prospect because they've simply asked for me to make the decision, so their request has been accepted. Now I've given the decision that they've asked for, not necessarily what they wanted, what they asked for. And then, of course, it then gets to that point where people get hot-headed and that stuff happens. And unfortunately, that just then makes me very upset, because I then think to myself, what's the point in me doing YouTube videos and making this subscriber series with all of you guys when I then get loads of hate off of my subs for stuff that they thought wasn't their fault but was shown by others as their fault? That's where the demotivation also lies as well. And that's why I uploaded the video last week, because that specific demotivation point of SubChamp wasn't really there before, but it really hit home last week, which is why it was uploaded then and not the few weeks later. This video was going to come out whenever it would have been, but that's kind of where I wanted to explain with that. So now with all of those points now addressed across in terms of mentally and SubChamp, as I'm holding a random pencil, I don't really know why. I wanted to then just talk about the speculation point. Now, there's been some people that have either been in the comments or DM me on Twitter speculating about what is wrong with me in my life. And that's the really offensive point that I need to get across in my own style. So there was a person that's probably blocked me now, to be honest. I would be strongly shocked if this person hasn't blocked me yet on Twitter. But basically, they sent out a tweet, as my pencil fallen on the floor, that's great. I put a tweet out a while ago, and it said, what was it? It was something like, Forza video doing pretty well, my budget builder with Reese, which we haven't stopped. We're just a little bit slow on that at the moment, with other videos going out here and there as well. So I said, Forza video was pretty good with Reese. SubChamp was pretty shit. And I did nearly quit YouTube, however. That was my exact tweet. Now that tweet specifies this in one way. Forza Horizon 3 video, I was really happy with it. You know, the response was good. That's fine. Then the SubChamp video and overall was just doing pretty crappy. I felt, again, that's the negative thought. It might not have been doing bad. It might have been one of the best SubChamp videos uploaded throughout the past few weeks. But again, I don't think of it that way first, straight away. And then that's what I felt about that. And then I did another separate part to that of nearly quit YouTube, however. And I got a tweet, a DM of that specific tweet saying, don't quit YouTube, it's just a game, seriously. And I'm like, so you think that I'm going to quit YouTube just because of a game? Really? Again, that right there is just straight up speculation. Now this tweet was a while ago, and that tweet was sent to me after I uploaded the We Need to Have a Serious Talk, in which in that video I specifically addressed that it wasn't just SubChamp that was the problem. SubChamp is just a small part of the problem, and this mental state, which is I've given you as much as I'll ever give. I ain't giving any more than that. You don't deserve to know any more than that. Not in an offensive way, but that's mine. That's for me. That's my personal stuff. But to see people sending comments / messages of, you know, why are you quitting YouTube just because of something stupid that happened in a game? Like, you can't speculate anything in anybody's personal lives. You can't do that. It's wrong. It really is just wrong. I mean, and now unfortunately for that person, I was already depressed. I was already angry anyway. So mixing those two together times 2, sent back a very explicit message, and then they left the DMs. So yeah, I think I got blocked. But you know, you can't speculate, and that's kind of a thing for everybody. So all those there was only 2 or 3, but you know, it's still extremely wrong to even think of speculating that it's just this, and stop doing this because of just this. It's only just that. It's not just that. And I literally said, it's not just that. You can't go and say it's just this when you don't know the full side of it. When someone's got something wrong with their life and they've explained a small part of it, but haven't really gone into detail about the next part, you can't say it's the fully explained part and the non-explained part. You've got to take everything into consideration, and you cannot speculate something is just that when it clearly isn't, and it's already been stated like that. So this is why mainly this video has gone out. Now you know everything about both sides of it, and now you don't need to speculate. But in future, there was loads of comments. It was, oh, I really don't want you to leave YouTube. I hate that this is going through for you right now. Hope you can get through it. And those comments, they're perfect. You know, those comments are basically, I know that there's something wrong with you. If you need us, we're here. End of. I may not ever talk to any single one of them throughout this entire time. I never really do. I just go off and I do it myself because I'm old enough and I'm wise enough and mature enough to sort myself out in problems like this. But some people obviously try and get more nitpicky into the personal life, and it's just a case of take a step back, leave me alone, let me do it my way. But all those comments, they're the ones that are fine. It's, you know, oh, I'm here for you. If you need me, let me know. Please don't quit YouTube though. And that's the end of the situation there. And that's when I said, that's when I'm more positive in my response, saying, I appreciate that, you know. And then in those comments, I gave a little bit more explanation towards them about what was going on. And, you know, I haven't spoken to anyone else about that since. And that's fine with me. That's my choice. I don't have to I don't have to tell other people every single last detail. I mean, you know about it now because you need to know further forwards in terms of videos. But for those that have been speculating about it being just one thing and criticizing me for doing this just off one thing is beyond dumb and stupid, and you might as well leave the channel and feck off, really. You might as well just go, because that's not what it is, and you never in anyone's circumstances speculate someone's personal life when you don't know what it is. Because guess what? The only person that knows anything about my personal life is, oh yes, me. Yeah, because it's my personal life, so it's just me that knows about it. And now I'm telling you what I want to tell you. Now that's out of the air. Now we can go forward. So in terms of will I go? No, I don't want to go. You know, there's that you know, I've sat there, and I'll probably say it in the future. I'll say I hate YouTube, I want to leave, but luckily for me, because I'm, like I said before, mature enough, and I go off and I sort it out with time. A lot of people, they don't take time with things. Always, whenever there's something going wrong, just take some time out of your life, go and do something that you love, make yourself happy again, and just sort it out with time. It could take weeks, it could take months, it could take a couple of days, it could take a couple of minutes, whatever it may be. Just take some time out of your life, sort it out calmly and carefully before making a decision you regret. And I will say for loads more times in the come, I hate YouTube. I will always say it. I can't deny that I won't. But then as soon as I take time away from it, there's always that little bit of positivity that always will flick into my mind, eventually saying, you've got such awesome fans. You've got people that watch your videos. People don't want you to go. Why should you? The motivation is there. You've just got to believe in it and think in it. And that's what I think when I go off and reflect, you know? And when I'm always pissed off and upset, when I go off and reflect, those positive thoughts come back. And then that's when I get that motivation back, and that's when I come back to it. And that's probably my recommendation for everyone. If there's something going wrong, go and do something that you love. Go somewhere that you love that's close by, or like on a bike ride or whatever it may be. Just take a little bit of time out of yourself to reflect on what it may be first before you even think about doing anything, because you don't want to do anything that you regret. And luckily for me, I haven't done that yet. But in terms of videos then, videos will remain daily for now. Don't be surprised if videos start being a little bit slower, because I'm now going to be working on the basis of when I want to record, I will. I may record 3 videos in one day and then not record for the rest of the week. But those 3 videos will go out during that week. And that's where I want to do it now. I don't want to be forced to record. I feel basically like I'm just putting too much pressure on myself. And again, it's that negative thought coming in. The audience responses are going low, so the pressure's on me. Now I've got to try and record loads of videos and get that response up again. But again, that's not what it is. It's completely different to what I think of it at the time to what it actually is. So videos will, I would say, remain daily, but if they don't upload daily, don't worry. It's basically, I'm going to be recording on the days, on multiple videos on a specific day, because when I want to record a video, I'll record a video and I'm really happy with it, and that's me done. And sometimes I get the urge to do maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Who knows? But for me, I think it's now, especially when I went away on holiday, that period when I was away on holiday, I was like, I really just want to come home and make a video. I need to bring that spark of energy back. And the way to do that for me, after sitting down again and taking time to think about it, is record a bunch of videos all at once while I'm in the mood for it. Then when I want to end it, I will end my recordings, edit them in my own time whenever I want to. And if I don't want to record the next day, I've already recorded a couple of videos, so I don't have to. And I'm going to work it now on when I want to. And that's exactly what I'm doing with live streams as well. People say, when are you going to stream this? When are you going to stream that? Are you going to stream this or whatever? That's not really, I will never have a set time or a set date for live streams. It'll basically be, oh look, Foxy's live streaming. He obviously wants to live stream. If I haven't live streamed in like a month or so, it's not because I'm not a live streamer, it's just because I just don't feel like it. And I don't have to. I don't need to succumb to the pressure of I have to live stream. It's a case of FoxyDude98 is live on YouTube. Oh, well there we go then. FoxyDude's live on YouTube. I'll watch him now. He's streaming. He obviously wants to do a stream today, and that's why he's doing one. And that's why I'm moving forward like that. So that's kind of everything all set in stone for you guys. So overall, in terms of it, mentally, I just think of the negative stuff, unfortunately, first. I can't help it. I go off, I reflect, and then all the things that I know it is eventually start coming to my mind, eventually. Subchamp was a very strong point in terms of why I didn't like YouTube, because of the subs basically turning their backs against me. That's what I felt, but again, going off and doing my own things allowed me to think a bit first. And yeah, if you're ever in a mood if you're ever really upset in life mentally, you know, just take some time out of your life, go and do stuff that you love for a while, stay away from all the crap, and then come back and sort it out and take your time with it. And also then the last thing for me is just, if there's something wrong with me in my life, please don't ever speculate what it could potentially be, and then even have the balls to criticize me for what you've speculated when it's not even correct. That's my biggest problem. But for now, guys, YouTube for me, I ain't going anywhere anytime soon, so you don't need to worry about that. But hopefully you guys have understood this video. Yeah, there's nothing else for me to say. Hopefully you've understood it. Hopefully everything is now set in stone for you. If there's anything else you want to talk about, let me know in the comments section down below. Some of them I will definitely obviously reply to. If there are some that I feel that are too personal for me to answer and I don't want to go that far, feel free to say whatever you want. It will just simply be in the comments of a simple response, or a case of, sorry, I feel this comment is a bit too personal for me to answer. I will not answer this, and that's where I'll leave it there. But hopefully you guys have understood this video and you know exactly where I stand with me and YouTube, and hopefully the situation has been explained fully. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my new career mode video with Mercedes-Benz around Malaysia, which was a very entertaining Grand Prix. And then on Thursday, I have a brand new video and a brand new series coming out with Williams Gaming, which is a very interesting series. We were really happy with the recording of it yesterday, and yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with that one. And that series is gonna take us towards F1 2017. So hopefully you guys are excited for the videos to come, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care all. Peace.